see if this works. I'm a little overexposed, but that's okay. Doing a little more, because these are just chill, and I need to open these packs. Get ready for the future. Let's see. Delta. I haven't told anybody. Let's change the lighting. Hold on. Definitely taking the day off. Oh, yeah. We need to talk about that, too. Yeah. We'll make time today. Okay. We will. Yeah. Jess is on the upswing, which is awesome. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, much better. Okay. So this is a draft booster for Baldur's Gate. Hold on. Okay, see there. Got Volo's Journal as our token legendary artifact. I gotta remember that I'm gonna put this right here, so I remember not to put anything there. And here we go. Marble Diamond. Artifact enters the battlefield tapped. It adds a white. Cliffgate, another land. Well, I guess that's an artifact. This is a land. Enters tapped. Enters the battlefield. Choose a color other than red. And you get it's a. What's going up on Alan? Red or the mana color of your choice gets added by that guy. Yeah. Okay, we got a Ghastly Death Tyrant. When it ETBs, it's a 6/5, a Beholder Skeleton. When it enters the battlefield, we can either do a Disintegration Ray, destroy target enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to its mana value. Or a Death Ray. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until the end of turn. Nice. God, these are cool. Hold on. 1 second. Do we do? Get this guy out of here. Yummy. All right. Warehouse Thief, Tiefling Rogue, 4/2. 2 and tap, sacrifice an artifact or creature, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Cool. Run away together. An instant, choose 2 target creatures controlled by different players, return those creatures to their owner's hand. Cool. Scaled Nurture. 0/2 Dragon Druid. Tap and add a broccoli. When you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, you gain 2 life. That's cool. So, mana dork with a plus. What? you want him out of here, take away his phone privileges. Okay, 1 second. All right. Go reboot the whole... Don't reboot the whole internet. Pegasus Guardian creature 3/3. So, also an instant. So it's flying at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, create a white 1/1 Pegasus creature token with flying. And then rescue the foal is the instant. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Then exile this card. You may cast the creature later from exile. So do the instant first, cast the creature later. Okay. Hold up. Okay. Parasitic Impetus. It's an enchantment. We enchant the creature. Creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. Oh, yeah, nice. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, its controller loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So... all right. Sorry if it's not evident. I'm also trying to hold down a conversation with my wife at the same time, who I'm sure is just wildly bored at work. So okay. Ingenious Artillerist. 3/1 human artificer. Whenever one or more artifacts enters the battlefield under your control, Ingenious Artillerist deals that much damage to each opponent. Ooh. Okay. Contact other plane. Dice roll. D20, either 1 through 9, draw 2 cards. 10 through 19, scry 2, then draw 2 cards. 20, scry 3, and then draw 3 cards. That's cool. It's blue. Druid of the Emerald Grove. I'm just going to throw these out. Another dice roll. I love these. Who's equally more important? That phrase makes no sense. All right. 2/2 Druid, Dwarf Druid. When Druid of the Emerald Grove enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, then reveal them, then roll a d20. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I need to bring my D&D dice kit with me to play Magic. Let's see. 1 through 9, put those cards into your hand, then shuffle. 10 through 19, put one of those cards onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle. Put, and 20, not 20, is equally more important. Put both the cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So, cool. Guiding Bolt. What are we looking for, Delta? There be dragons. Faceless one. What's a background? That's funny. If Faceless one is your commander, choose a color before the game. Faceless one is the chosen color. Cool. This is wacky. Choose a background. You can have a background as a second commander. Huh. I've never heard of this. Ooh. Renari, Merchant of Marvels. Dragon Artificer. 2/4. You may cast dragon spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Oh. Is good. Choose a background. You can have... Okay, so... Renari and the Faceless one. Co-commanders. Rescuer... Chwinga? Okay, like Carla can have... they can be secondary commanders if the other commander has the... Choose the background. Yeah, they both do. Like Carlock can have a second color identity. Oh, okay. Chwinga. Got Flash. When Rescuer Chwinga enters the battlefield, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. There's a lot of creatures in here. Where are you? This caught my eye. This last one caught my eye. For probably no other reason than I like the art, but Cat Devil, legendary creature, Mahadi Emporium Master. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. Cool. Okay, pack number 1. Hey everybody, Universal Audio wants to do something. Sure. Just Universal Audio for the win. Taking over stream. All right. Cool. Okay. Imoen Mystic Trickster. 2/3 Human Rogue Wizard. At the beginning of your end step, if you have the initiative, draw a card. Draw another card if you've completed a dungeon. Cool. Very excited about my card scanner stand. No idea when it's going to show up. Never ordered anything off of TikTok before that. So we'll see how that goes. Anybody TikTok shopped before? Treasure. All right. A good old-fashioned lightning bolt. Smash somebody with 3 damage. whatever you want too, which is nice. Can't say that he's a TikTok shop. It felt weird. I also like that you spelled it correctly, but not. Okay. Cloak of the Bat. Equipped creature has flying and haste. Moss Diamond. Adds a vegetable. Yeah. 2 to 6 weeks from the day you expect it seems right from International. Something to look forward to, I guess. Right after I lose my mind trying to scan all these cards in by placing it, clicking a picture, placing it, clicking a picture. It's the worst. I actually have to start over too. I cataloged probably about Delta and Sven, you're gonna laugh at me. I cataloged about 200 cards. I don't know which ones they are. Predatory Impetus. Enchant a creature. Creature gets +3/+3. Must be blocked if able and is goaded. Worms Crossing Patrol. Okay, hold on. That's what I'm going to do, Delta. But the tedium is in putting the card down and just positioning the phone so that it reads the card properly. And I don't know if you've seen these. I don't know if you're a TikTok person. That's the idea, Sven. This creates the list. But you got to start somewhere, and my organizational paradigm broke down. Imagine that. As is evidenced by... Yeah, well, it's a sorting by type and color that I'm still, kind of learning here. Did you trip over a cable and lose the organization? No, I don't need to trip over anything to do that. I can do that all on my own with no help from external forces. Going wireless. He accidentally shuffled. Oh, you guys are the best. I'm happy to be back. What just happened? This computer decided to burp. Hey! It's not in focus, but that's okay. When Oceanus Dragon enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls and goad it. Ooh. Dragons. There be dragons. Wait, I'm waiting for Alan to pop up again. You conjure him out of thin air just by saying Godzilla. Jade Orb of Dragonkind. It's an artifact that adds a vegetable to your diet. When you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, it enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it and gains hexproof until your next turn. Yeah, I like that one. We're generating mana and we're plussing up creatures. Great Sword of Tyr. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it and tap up to one target creature defending player controls. I like the ones where you get to tap your opponent's creatures and kind of make them useless. Mold Folk. 1/1 with lifelink. And you can pay 1 and sacrifice another creature or artifact and put a +1/+1 counter on the old mold. Breath Weapon. Here we go. Breath Weapon deals 2 damage to each non-dragon creature. Cool. Feeling a dragon deck? But the problem is the color ID, like, who do you choose? Because there's so many different dragons, but... Ooh. Nemesis Phoenix. 4/2. This would be kind of cool in the Nally deck. Nally... What's her color ID? I don't remember off the top of my head. Does she have red in her? I think she does. Made it 5 color. Yeah. Have Ur-Dragon. I need an Ur-Dragon. Maybe... Did anyone notice Alan is just Napa the Dragon Lordless from D&D backwards? That was Nally playing too. Geo Golem. Hey. Yeah, no. Dragon might have to happen. Because here we have the Emerald Dragon. Waiting for it to decide to focus. It's not. Alright. Cast it as an instant as Dissonant Wave. Counter target activated or triggered ability from a non-creature source. Then exile this card. And then you can cast it from exile. As a 4/4 flying trample Emerald Dragon. Okay. Corlessa, Scale Singer. Dragon Bard, a 1/4. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast dragon spells from the top of your library. That's cool. I think I've seen this one before. Rilsa Rael, Kingpin. 2/5 Death Touch. When Rilsa Rael, Kingpin enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains Death Touch until the end of turn. If you've completed the dungeon, that creature also gets +5/+0 and gains First Strike and Menace until the end of turn. Neat. Hey, Woodbean, what's going on? Can't stick around because I got to get back to pretending to work, but I wanted to pop in and say hi. Things are going well, yeah. I took this week off because I thought I was going to have sinus surgery, and I thought I would be like in bed right now recovering. Thankfully, I'm not. It kind of turned out okay, so I took the week anyway, and here we are. All right, Acolyte of Bahamut. Commander creatures you own have the first dragon spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. And Wiles Reversal. This is cool. This is an instant. Choose target spell or ability with 1 or more targets. Roll a d20 and add the greatest power among creatures you control. Oh. So 1 through 14, you may choose new targets for that spell or ability. 15 plus, and this is cool because it's adding the greatest power among creatures you control. You may choose new targets for that spell or ability, then copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Neat. That's terrifying. This music is all proper. I love when I use this music for anything, or any of my music for that matter, is I get copyright ding on YouTube. But the owner allows the use of the music on YouTube. It's great. At least it's being checked. I suppose I can't really complain about that. A Knight as my token. It's good art. Check that out. Closer look. Out of focus, closer look, but yeah. That doesn't look too bad. We'll lay these out. And then we'll talk. Ooh, Lapis Orb of Dragonkind. Add Island. And when you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, scry 2. This is an angry hamster. The owner needs a new pack of cards, so he... What's the stream revenue occasionally? Angry hamster. Up to 2 target creatures you control each deal damage. Oops. Deal damage equal to their power to another target creature. Marut. 7/7 construct. Make some treasure tokens. Summon the undead. We like doing that. You may mill 3 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Alright, this card, just by virtue of its name, belongs in the Cardboard deck. Coronation of Chaos. Up to 3 target creatures you can't block. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Goad them. Goady, goady, goad. That one crushes the trample deck. The hamster? Yeah, okay. Blur. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Huh. Yeah, it's blue, but I'm always looking for ways to cycle Cardor, but it's blue. So. Undercellular Myconid. Whenever Undercellular Myconid enters the battlefield or dies, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. Yeah. I could see that. Blur is good for blink decks, for sure. Minimus Containment. I don't know why I said it like that. Enchant non-land permanent. Enchanted permanent is a treasured artifact with tap. Sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and it loses all other abilities. So you kind of do things to some non-land permanent. 5/3 Lizard Warrior with Menace. And when it ETBs, you take the initiative. Pack attack. Attacking creatures get +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of players being attacked. Ooh, that's cool. Another faceless one. Kadira, Caller of the Small. 3/3 with trample. Deals combat damage to a player if Kadira, or whenever. Kadira deals combat damage to a player. For each token you control, create a 1/1... Ooh! Bunnies everywhere. Create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Just absurd amount of bunnies. Contraband Livestock is an instant. You get to roll a d20, 1 through 9. Its controller creates a 4/4 green ox creature. 10 through 19, a 2/2 green boar. That's funny. It's kind of... If you get a nat 20, you get a goat. 0/1 goat. So you get a meat shield. You get some livestock. What's up, Tooth? Here's another background. Ooh. Okay. Dungeoneer's Pack. Yeah, I said that right. When an ETB's tapped, 2 and a tap, sacrifice Dungeoneer's Pack, you take the initiative, gain 3 life, draw a card, and create a treasure token. Zevlor. Eltural Exile. Tiefling Warrior. 4/2. with haste. And 2 and a tap. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a single opponent or a single permanent an opponent controls, this turn for each other opponent, choose that player or control. Copy the spell, copy the targets. Cool. Oh my gosh. Oh my, that's actually pretty cool. That's a legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own get +3/+3 and have flying death touch. Ward, pay 3 life, and at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. That one might have to go in card order as well. Monster Manual. Just always trying to think of ways to gas that dude up. So first is the sorcery. Mill 5 cards. Then return a creature card milled this way to your hand. Cool. And then that's the sorcery. And then you can exile. Then you exile it, and you can play it from exile as the creature, which is... Oh no, it's an artifact. Sorry, it's not a creature. It's an artifact. 1 in a broccoli and tap. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the belt. What? Okay. This is a monster machine. Monster Manual makes sense. But yeah, for 2 mana, you can just chuck creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. That's absurd. And then Crystal Dragon. More dragons. Again, we got a dual card here. Rob the Horde is the sorcery. Return target artifact, enchantment, or legendary card from your graveyard to your hand. And then the creature is a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. Cool. All right. It's a little intense. Cool. Got some interesting ones. I really need to, once I get organized. I know I say that, but I want to go through all the legendary creatures I have, pick just a banger for a commander and build. I wonder if that ever worked. That didn't work. Hold on. Need some automation for Blue Sky. Yeah. Need to write that code. Okay. I think there are probably several streamers who would be interested in code that automatically posts to Blue Sky. Another journal. Volo's writing a lot of journals. Hey Tooth, what's going on? Goggles of the Nights. Who's beeping at me? Just gonna lay him out here. There's another blur. Another pack attack. Different art. A young blue dragon. Nothic. Hold on. 4/3 horror creature. When Nothic dies, roll a d20. 1 through 9, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. 10 through 19, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. 20, you draw 7 cards and you lose 7 life. Day is going pretty good. Pretty well, whatever the word is. Got a whole bunch of stuff done this morning, which is super cool. And kind of carved out and reserved the afternoon for this nonsense. Okay, let's look through these. Goggles of the Night. Whenever your equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, scry 1, then draw a card. That's cool. Sky Diamond enters tapped and gives you an island. Charlatan Dragon, 4/4 dragon, just with flying, straightforward. Opening cards is hanging out with you is serious business. Marut, 7/7 with trample. When Marut enters the battlefield, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, create a treasure token for each mana from a treasure spent to cast it. So you just kind of don't really use your treasure. Excuse me. Summon the Undead. You may mill 3 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Cool. Another Coronation of Chaos. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn, and then they're goaded. Froggy. Yes. Emoin Mystic Trickster. I think we might have seen Emoin already. 2/3 Human Rogue Wizard. With Ward 2, at the beginning of your end step, if you have the initiative, draw a card. Draw another card if you've completed a dungeon. And choose a background. So it's one of those. Avenging Hunter is a 5/4 with trample that when it ETBs, you take the initiative. The Young Blue Dragon. This one caught my eye, of course. It's a dragon. Blade of Selves. Okay. Let's look at. We'll look at this. Blade of Selves. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature has Myriad. Whenever it attacks for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of that creature that's tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. So, that's cool. Makes copies. Okay. Use it in some Voltron decks. I'm trying to think where that would be interesting. It's colorless, so it can go anywhere. Ooh, would it be gross in a Dino deck? Something with big things that stomp. Yeah, Young Blue Dragon. It's sorcery, it's a dual card. Sorcery is sand. Dinos, hey, maybe. Dinos with claws. Yes. The art alone makes the card worth it. Yeah, so Sky 1, then draw a card, is a sorcery on the Young Blue Dragon. And then it's a 3/3 with flying. So it's a fairly simple, straightforward card. Looks like I'm about to run an ad. Sorry, guys. I guess I have to do that every once in a while. Because I think I turned off pre-roll. Master Chef. I want to look at this one. It's a background. Legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have this creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it, and other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, so Commander comes out, gets +1/+1, and then is given the ability to imbue +1/+1s on anything else that ETBs. Cool. Dinos with bees in their mouths. Are you okay, Sven? Are you all right? So cool. Okay, this has got a great name. Swashbuckler Extraordinaire. 2/2 Dragon Rogue Warrior. When Swashbuckler Extraordinaire ETBs create a treasure token. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice one or more treasures. When you do, up to that many target creatures gain double strike until the end of turn. I wish you could double strike. I wish it was like cumulative, the cumulative property of double strike. It'd be too good, too powerful. Dinos. Everybody. All right, so that concludes the. There we are. The Baldur's Gate draft boosters. I don't think I have any more of those. Oh, spoke too soon. We'll do this one. Simpsons is prophetic. We know that. I really need to look over in my collection too. You can't see it. There's like a chest over there with unopened Magic cards on it. Because I'm stupid. The Initiative. There it is for everybody to see. Whenever one or more creatures a player controls deal combat damage to you, that player takes the initiative. Whenever you take the initiative and at the beginning of your upkeep, venture into Undercity. If you're in a dungeon, advance to the next room. If you're not, enter Undercity. You can take the initiative even if you already have it. Yeah, Cloak of the Bat. I think we've seen this before. Equipped creature gets flying and haste. Evolving Wilds. Tap and sack. Search your library for a basic land card. You know the drill. What is... Things beep too much in here. Trailblazer's Torch. When Trailblazer's Torch... I can't say that. When the torch Enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. Whenever equipped creature becomes blocked, it deals 2 damage to each creature blocking it. That's cool. Beeps and poops, truly. Underseller Myconid. Those beeps and poops. Whenever Underseller Myconid enters the battlefield or dies, create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. And it's a mana dork too. Tap for add 1 mana of any color. Another minimus containment. What do we got here? Underdark Explorer. He's got Menace. He's 5/3, and when he ETBs, you take the initiative. Another pack attack, like those. Another young blue dragon. Another avenging hunter. All about taking the initiative. Recruitment drive. Have I seen this one? Yeah, I've seen this one before. This is good though. You roll a d20. If you get a 1 through 9, you create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. 10 through 19, create 2 2/2 white knight creature tokens, and 20 is create 3 2/2 white knight creature tokens. Also, things do beep and poop in their. Yeah, it really is. Really one you should go to the doctor at that point. Gildan Sworn Prowler, a 2/1 with Death Touch. When Gildan Sworn Prowler dies, if it wasn't blocking, draw a card. If it just dies. Patron of the Arts. I feel like I've heard of this card before. It's a Dragon Noble. When Patron of the Arts enters the battlefield or dies, create a treasure token. So 3/1. Winter Eladrin, yeah. 2/2 Fairy Elf Wizard. Gust of Wind. When Winter Eladrin enters the battlefield, return up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hand. Ooh. That's a good yeah, that's a good flicker. Sort of mechanic. Taunting Kobold. 0/1 with haste, and whenever it attacks, go target creature an opponent controls. Inspired Tinkering, that's me. It's a sorcery. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Getting paid to go to the bathroom. I think we're talking about 2 very different office poops. Just saying. Draconic Muralist. 3/4 Dragon Bard. When it dies, you may search your library for a dragon card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. You know, instant dragons. Glunch the Bestower. Wasn't intended to be that dramatic. At the beginning of your end step, choose a player. They put 2 1/1 counters on a creature they control. Choose a second player to draw a card, then choose a third player to create 2 treasure tokens. So 0/5 with flying. It's gross. Flaming Fist. Ooh. Command Tower. Everybody, Command Tower. Flaming Fist. It's a background enchantment. Commander creatures you own have, whenever this creature attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn. Double strike your commander. Bountiful Promenade. Silly. ETBs tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Gives you a broccoli or a white. Cool. This is the Gonti and Willodusk, I think. Suggest these. I don't know what's debating and discussing people taking a dump in their office. Me taking a dump in my office. And just because I have a hole cut in my chair, I gross myself out. I can't do it. Can't continue the joke. Hey, looks like Discord finally decided to let everybody know. Engagement. This is engagement. That is the very modern way of saying there's no such thing as bad press. Alright, what do we got left here? This is a collector booster for Baldur's Gate. These are the collector booster sample packs that came with the Ixalan sets. And this is all Murders at Karlov Manor. Hey, Halls, what's going on? It's weird in here. Just so you know, be aware. It's very strange, and I don't think it can be helped. You have been warned. All right, Halls, do you play Magic? Are you into any of this cardboard nonsense like everybody else seems to be? Cooper. Truth. Let's do this guy. Collector booster. We're gonna do them in the order that I received them. Cool. All right. Well, coming to the right place. We're opening packs, talking about cards. Yeah, you should. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And so, yeah, we're just checking these out. So this is a collector booster for Battle for Baldur's Gate. Yeah, it's good. Okay, good. Well, that's what I play Commander. I think that's probably the most popular format at this point. And I love it. My brother got me into it. Cool. Okay, Pegasus token, creature, flying, 1/1. Very pretty card. Shiny. Like shiny. Alright, let's kick it off. Ooh, Fang Dragon. Let's see. 6/3, and it's a dual card. It is sorcery to begin with. It's Forktail Sweep. Forktail Sweep deals 1 damage to each creature you don't control. Cool. And then you can play it from exile, and it's a 6/3 with flying, so it's healthy. Summon the Undead. I think we've seen that already. You may mill 3 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So we can define terminology, Halls, if you want to, just because I don't want to assume you do or don't know. I don't want to assume your level of knowledge, but if you're here to learn, we might as well talk about it, right? So I say graveyard and exile. Those 2 words are like 2 discard, 2 places you can discard cards. They're different in that some things can be done from your graveyard, some things can be done from exile. So they do matter. Which one's which does matter. But when I say that, like, this one, Summon Undead, it says return a card, or target, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that's bringing a creature back into play. Also, I use the term mill. That means you're actually taking cards from your library, which is your stack of cards, and putting them into your graveyard. So mill 3 means to take 3 off the top of your library and put them into your graveyard. So that's that. Wayfarer's Bauble. I think I have one of these in one of my decks. 2 and tap. Sacrifice the Bauble. Yeah, this is search your library for a basic land card and put that card onto the battlefield. Meteor Golem 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. So bonk. Like that. Geode Golem 5/3 with trample. Whenever Geode Golem deals combat damage to a player, you may cast your commander from the command zone without paying its mana costs. I like those. A very pretty island. Shiny. Lighting and whatnot. Okay, this is 4/4. Dragon Ranger. Scanos Dragonheart. Whenever Scanos Dragonheart attacks, it gets a plus X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among other dragons you control and dragon cards in your graveyard. This is cool. Gas him up with death stuff. Ellen Harbreeze, Busybody. I love these. 2/4 Human Peasant. You get tap and look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of tokens you created this turn. So create tokens. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So you get to pick one out of those. It's cool. Scion of Hallister. Yes. Legendary enchantment. Background. Another background. Commander creatures you own have the first time you would draw a card each turn. Instead, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your graveyard and the other back on top of your library. Then draw a card. So you get to look. Excuse me. Duke Older Ravenguard. 5/5 human noble soldier is legendary creature, so could be a commander. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and myriad until the end of turn. Haste being, whenever it attacks for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of that creature that's tapped and attacking that player, or a planeswalker they control. Exile the tokens at end of combat. That's kind of cool. At the beginning of the turn. Haste and myriad. Wish it could be that guy. Making copies of 5/5s all day long. Death Kiss. It's a beholder, 5/5. Whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks one of your opponents, double its power until end of turn. That's gross, and I love it. XX and Mountain. Monstrosity X. When Death Kiss becomes monstrous, go up to X target creatures your opponents control. Cool. I've never played vehicles. I got a vehicle in here. 100%. Yeah. No, that's... Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm putting that aside now. You're genius, and you're going to hate it because you'll have to play against it. Balor. 5/5 demon creature with flying. Whenever Balor attacks or dies, choose one or more. Each mode must target a different player. One or more. Target opponent draws 3 cards, then discards 3 cards at random. Target opponent sacrifices a non-token artifact. Balor deals damage to target opponent equal to the number of cards in their hand. Dynahair, Invoker Adept. 4/4 with haste. You may activate abilities of other creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. Tap, and when you next activate an ability this turn by spending 4 or more mana to activate it, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Lae'zel, Vlaakith's champion. 3/3 legendary creature Gith Warrior. If you would put one or more counters on a creature or planeswalker you control or on yourself, put that many +1 of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. Sounds like doubles. That and Nautiloid Ship, 5/5 artifact vehicle. I've never played vehicles. It's got flying. When Nautiloid Ship enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. Gross. I like that. Whenever Nautiloid Ship deals combat damage to a player, you may put a creature card exiled with Nautiloid Ship onto the battlefield under your control. Yes. Soothing radio voice. That, the one, Death Kiss, that's gonna have a very special place. Here, you guys double up your damage and now beat the hell out of each other. So, how's the mechanic of the deck I'm talking about, Cardboard, is that when he comes out on the battlefield, all of my opponents have to fight each other. They cannot attack me. And so this card, what this says is, whenever a creature or an opponent controls attacks one of your opponents, so one of my opponents attacking another one, double its power until end of turn. So this is yuck. Oh, thank you. My dinosaur? Yeah. Yeah, Halls, that's it. Like, Cardboard is already making them fight each other, and so that card just adds insult to injury. It says, like, okay, now you're going to hit for twice as much. Good luck, have fun. Alright. Lots and lots of Ixalan. Maybe we might see some dinosaurs. Oh yeah, this is the Jurassic World one series, so that'll be cool. Lots of wacky dinosaurs. Yeah, good luck, have fun. It was very dismissal, like, okay, well, this will be good then. Let's get into some dinosaurs. I have a dino deck. It is largely unmodified. I bought it as a pre-con. Actually, it didn't. I think it was gifted to me. I think Ben gave it to me. Either way, it was 100% generic pre-con for a while. I think I only added one. Oh, sweet. Okay, so there's a QR code for you. So these little packs come with just a couple cards in them. Cavern of Souls, which is cool. It adds a colorless or 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells of the chosen type, which is probably dinosaurs. And that spell can't be countered. And then a very cool looking Rampaging Ceratops, which is a 5/4. Rampaging Ceratops can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Woo! I need to do a dino track. Okay. I did pull a cavern. Yeah, the can't be countered is pretty cool. And it's shiny. See, I warned everybody. One of the chase cards. And the alt art. So this is a good card. Okay. See, Halls, I'm still fairly new. So, like, Delta is here, like, saying, hey, that's a great card. I'm like, it's pretty, and I kind of like what it does. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to be like, hey, that's a great pull. So I'm just like, hey, this is cool, and I think it might work. Oh, it's yeah, it's a land that does that. Okay, so you don't even have to spend anything to get the bennies. Yes. Geshath. Sun's Avatar. I think I have one of these, but this is full art. Very pretty. 7/6 dinosaur avatar. Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Whenever Geshath, Sun's Avatar, deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards. Oh yeah. From among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Just casual $60 for that line. This card is cool, really great, because you hit a player and you make dinosaurs. You make more. Yeah, absurd. It's a good card. And Captain Storm. I don't really play pirates. It's fine. 2/2 legendary creature, human pirate. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target pirate you control. Oh, so play artifacts to get pluses. Cool. Yeah, Geshath. I need to write a piece of music for a dinosaur. Halls, the other thing that you might be interested in here too is the music you're hearing in the background is stuff I've been writing that's inspired by Magic. So all of these pieces of music are either theme songs for the various commanders, legendary creatures, or a battle between them. And this one is... Oh, this is Ur-Dragon. Ur-Dragon's theme. If it doesn't get some inspiration from the classic Jurassic Park theme, I'm a riot. I'm gonna throw hands. Yeah, that's the only thing that's held me back from writing a dino theme, is because like Jurassic Park obviously is iconic, and so, but I did do one for Tom Bombadil, and I think that turned out okay, and it definitely like fit the vibe of the Lord of the Rings, but isn't just a regurgitation. I don't think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it came out okay. All right, so we got Restless Anchorage. Looks like a merfolk, maybe. Nah. No, bluebird creature token was fine. Restless Anchorage enters the battlefield tapped. Can generate a white or blue for one, and then a white and blue. Excuse me. Until end of turn, Restless Anchorage becomes a 2/3 white and blue bird creature with flying. It's still a land. And then whenever it attacks as the bird, create a map token. Cool. And finally, I think this is it. Yeah, this is old Tommy Bombadil right here. Ukbenbach, the Great Mistake, 6/4 with Vigilance and Menace. And then Descend 8. Return Ukbenbach, the Great Mistake, from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, and only as a sorcery. So those are our little Ixalan. Those came with the various Ixalan precons that I got. So Rampaging, it's a pretty good looking card. And then Cavern of Souls. Cool. All right, so we got some packs here that are Ixalan packs. Let's get into the Jurassic World ones. These are going to have really great art. it's just so gentle, and like the song is just like so pastoral and like whimsical. This is cool art. I'll just put that out there. And then here's the token spirit, token creature. So not bad. This gives me capybara vibes, right? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with that. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. Cool. Capybara. Walk with the ancestors. So sorcery, return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Discover 4. That's cool. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 4 or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost or put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in random order. Cool. Braided Net. I like that. Braided Net enters the battlefield with 3 net counters on it. It's new. Tap and remove a net counter from Braided Net. Tap another target non-land permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated for as long as it remains tapped. Huh. Oh, opponents. That's whenever I read these, I always have to remember, like, you can do it to your opponent. So you tap this, remove a net counter, and you can tap your opponent's card so they can't use it. Altar of the Wretched. When it ETBs, enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a non-token creature. If you do, draw X cards, then mill X cards, where X is the creature's power. Huh. Cool. Craft with 1 or more creatures for 2 colorless and 2 black. 2 colorless and black. Return. Okay. Craft with 1 or more creatures. Okay. Jade Seed Stones. It's another artifact. When Jade Seed Stones enters the battlefield, distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control, and then craft with a creature. See, this is a mechanic I don't know. Craft with creature. So exile this artifact, exile a creature you control, or a creature card from your graveyard. Return this card transformed under its owner's control. Okay, I gotta look up craft. What that means. Unless Delta you probably know already. Might of the Ancestors. Got this enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains vigilance until end of turn. My hand is huge. Craft is a weird one, haven't used it myself. Okay. Yeah, I might have to learn that one because it's weird. Okay. So this card, they have... Capybara have become so popular in the last couple of years. I don't know why. Well, they're adorable. I must have missed... I think they're adorable and they get along with everything. Like, there's a really famous picture of a bunch of like alligators or crocodiles or something along a riverbank or something like that. And there's just a capybara just chilling there. And they're not bothering each other. It's just they coexist. And they are cute. And that's that. They're like, I think they have no real natural predators or something silly like that. And so they just kind of get along with everybody. So this whole craft thing, right? So I'm looking at these cards, and there's this tiny Trash Panda Supremacy. Hey, Bello is my man. Like, he's the homie. fantastic. So you won't get any argument from me over the status of raccoons. Also, like, they're so, like, very... If there was a rodent that was a capitalist, it would be a raccoon. Yeah, so... are you talking about... Isn't it Switzerland you're talking about that's neutral? Well, whoever it is, yes. That's the capybara. On this craft thing, there are these teeny tiny little power and toughness. I'm gonna figure out what that means. Neutrality is what we're going after, though. Okay, got a cat warrior. Cutsil Malamet Exemplar. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. I like that. Whenever one or more creatures you control, each with power greater than its base power, deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Anybody who's got pluses. Critter Vision. I will be following that later. Here's Malamet Warscribe. When Malamet Warscribe enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. It's a 4/3, so that would be cool. Daring Discovery. I see red, so is this a card door card? Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Oh. Yeah, this one might go in the Carter deck. Discover 4. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 4 or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost or put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now that you didn't... He's going to be so gross. So this is so bad that I might end up with 2 cardboard decks. Yeah, it got put over to the side over here in my little pile of cardboard hate. We're in an ad. Bleh. That's cool. I want to say just about everybody else in here is is a subscriber, so there should be no ads there either, right? Nice. Okay, then we will press on. Also, ad break's almost over anyway. All right. Sunfire Torch. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has, whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice Sunfire Torch. When you do, this creature deals 2 damage to any target. It's an equip 1. Puzzle door. All right. Last 3 here, we got Oraska Puzzle Door. 1 in tap, sacrifice the puzzle door. Look up the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the other in the graveyard. Cool. Nurturing Bristleback, which is a 5/5 dinosaur. It's the only dinosaur in here, I think. When it enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token. So a baby. And Forest Cycling 2. You can pay 2 and discard this card. Search your library for a forest card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. So you can turn this into a land. Cool. Cool. Let's go. Next, more. Give us some dinosaurs. Seriously, the Jurassic Park pack. Give me dinosaurs. I'm gonna be angry. Cool art, elephants and whatnot. Oh no, what'd you do? First question out of my mouth, Tooth. What did Tooth do this time? Bake it into a pie. That actually fell nicely. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Okay, bake it into pie. Destroy a target creature. Create a... You're literally making a creature into food. This is great. Create a food token that you can use to gain life. Because yummy. Here we go. Colossodactyl. 4/5 dinosaur with reach and trample. And cool art. Big dinosaur. Like some IRL food tokens. He needs. Are you feeling a little life drained? All right. Threefold Thunder Hulk. 0/0 gnome creature. Threefold Thunder Hulk enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever Threefold Thunder Hulk enters the battlefield or attacks, create a number of 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens equal to its power. For 2, sacrifice another artifact to put a +1/+1 counter on Threefold Thunder Hulk. So you build that bad boy up. Big. Cool. Odiclin Landmark. Odiclin Landmark enters the battlefield. Scry 2. And then you can... This is another craft with okay. Craft with artifact. The part that I don't understand. So here's the text. It says you pay 2 colorless and a plains. Yeah. Exile this artifact. Exile another artifact you control or an artifact card from your graveyard. Return this card transformed under its owner's control. So that's the part that I need to learn, is what the transformed means. I think it turns it into a creature, but I don't know for sure. All right. Helping Hand is a sorcery. Return target creature card with mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's cool. Dauntless Dismantler. Oh. Well, damn it. Yeah, then it does. So those... That's hilarious. And I'm real dumb. Those are all 2-sided cards. Yep. Here we are, learning things. So yes, per Delta, here's the transformed. So it turns it into a 1/4 golem creature with flying. And whenever Odiclin Levitator attacks, target attacking creature without flying gains flying until end of turn. So, okay. Now we know. And that's going to be your craft mechanic. Thank you. Pays to look at the back. Guardian of the Great Door is a 4/4 angel. As an additional cost to cast a spell, tap 4 untapped artifacts, creatures, and or lands you control. Gross. But it is only 2 planes. And then 4 taps. It's got flying. Here's a dinosaur. Finally a dinosaur for Halls. A 3/4 is kind of a small dinosaur. Thrashing Brontodon. 3/4 dinosaur. If you pay 1 and sacrifice it, you can destroy a target artifact or enchantment. Oh, this is one of my favorite pieces of music. This is the battle between Tom Bombadil and Lenore Autumn Sovereign. Spoiler alert, I think Lenore wins. I always try to write them so that there's no clear-cut winner of the battle between the two creatures. But I liked Lenore's theme so much that she wins. This is her theme right now. Anyway. Vito's Inquisitor. 3/3 creature, Vampire Knight. You can pay a swamp, sack another creature or artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on old Vito, and it gains menace. No, in this case you didn't. I have died. I think I've died to Lenore so many times playing against Jess that it was just like the natural outcome. It's like I've had my ass kicked by Lenore so many times that it was just like that's what has to happen. There was no way around it. Dinotomaton, a 4/3 dinosaur gnome with menace. When Dinotomaton enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains menace until end of turn. Leveler is the worst. I'm building a deck that's sole purpose is using Laboratory Maniac with Leveler and a draw card spell. It's a nuke win. Yeah, that's the nuclear option. I have been leveled before. It's no good. It's not a lot of fun. But it is though. It's like one of those like if you get me with it, that's cool. I think I would probably like make sure to ask you. Oh, okay. So you level yourself out of the game. Okay. So you level yourself out. You force yourself to draw a card, and huzzah, you win. That's even better. I would respect that if I lost to that. Like, you just like pull the ripcord on yourself to win. Okay, that's cool. If you had it all set up, that's respectable. I can see that. That's cool. All right. Dinotomaton, enter the battlefield. Target creature you control gains menace until end of turn. Yeah, the condition kind of has to be set up perfectly, which is why I can respect it, because it's a tough condition to get to. You have to have the mana, the cards have to be right. Yeah, so you kind of have to like tough it out until you happen to draw the right cards. Relic's Roar. Until end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes a dinosaur artifact creature with a base power and toughness 4/3 in addition to its other types. So you can turn an artifact into a dinosaur. Yay. Well, my Cardboard deck is what I've heard referred to by Ben as a second place deck. Of course he did. That's amazing. And now I know that he has that. And so when I play... Do you remember who the commander was for that? What? I don't know if Laboratory Maniac is a legendary creature. Another dinosaur for you. This is a 5/6 dinosaur called Rampaging Spiketail. When Rampaging Spiketail enters the battlefield, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until the end of turn. You can swamp cycle 2. So as well. Final card is Hidden Cataract. It's a land. It's a cave. Enters tapped. Adds an island. And for 4 colorless and an island, you can tap it and sacrifice it to discover 4. Cool. Oh. Beamtown Bullies? So I went to his place to play, this is a while ago, and there was a dude, Scott was there, and he was playing that deck with Beamtown Bullies with Leveler in it. That was almost like too much too fast, you know? It was gross. Like it was. It left but Scott didn't play it that way. He didn't level himself out. He cuz I don't think he had I don't think he had Laboratory Maniac in his deck, or he didn't reach that condition. My one friend has a Sliver deck, which I hate. Yeah. I don't like playing against Sliver decks either. I don't. I will say this though. Oh, F Dave Slivers and Tim's just is Slivers. It's the Sliver deck. Zoetic Cavern. Zodic. Something. Adds a colorless Morph 2. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature and then for 3 colorless, turn it face up at any time for its Morph cost. Oh, you may cast this card face down as 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up anytime for its Morph cost. Yes, they do. Those, like, kind of exponential growth decks are... You kind of have to know the players playing something like that, and you have to keep them small. Like, you have to manage them. Because otherwise, you're right, like, so fast. There's like, oh, that just got out of hand and killed everything. Which is the point of them. So if you are playing against a Sliver deck, act accordingly. I think that is fair. If I'm playing a deck that is like a known quantity that just goes off, right? Then yes, I should expect my ass to get beat, like a lot. I got taken out first in the game with Slivers when I was playing Ninjas. Ninjas kind of do that too, don't they? Do they grow like that? You may mill 2 cards. Sorry, another chance. You may mill 2 cards, then return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah. Yeah, there's isn't the rabbit deck like that too, or squirrels? I think is like you just like make a million squirrels or whatever, or a million bunnies. Whale of the Forgotten, by the way. So send 8. Choose 1. If there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, as you cast a spell, choose choose 1 or more. And we might have gotten this one. Squirrels and rabbits, yeah. Tiny creatures that eat your rats. Absolutely. Descend 8. Choose 1. If there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard as you cast a spell, Choose one or more instead. Return target non-link permanent to its owner's hand. Target opponent discards a card. Or look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Clay-fired bricks. This is another craft. So now we know to turn the card over. When clay-fired bricks enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic plains, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. You gain 2 life. Then you can craft, and it becomes the Cosmium Kiln artifact. When it ETBs, create 2 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens. Creatures you control get +1/+1. One of my other friends I play with said he just built a rat deck to contend with the slivers. Yeah, that would be cool. I'll have to fix up my elf deck so we can see it. Just make massive amounts of everything and beat each other up with it. Oh yeah, here we go. Zodiac Glyph. Enchanted Artifact. Enchanted Artifact is a golem creature with base power and toughness of 5/4 in addition to its other types. When Zodiac Glyph is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, discover 3. Cool. When are we going to get some dinosaurs? I just want like a really good dinosaur. So, I mean, cool planes. The art's cool. Akawali the Seething Tower. It's a fungus. 3/3. Descend 4. As long as there are 4 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, Akawali the Seething Tower gets +2/+2 and has trample. Cool. Descend 8. As long as there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, Akawali gets an additional +2/+2 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Ooh. Synapse Necromage. 3/1. Fungus Wizard. It's wild. When Synapse Necromage dies, create 2 1/1 black fungus creature tokens with this creature can't block. So when it dies, it makes babies. Gross. Zioa's Justice is an instance. So let's see. Let's read this to see if it should go in the Cartour deck. We'll play sometimes and be passive, just letting things build up, then just unleash hell on each other. Sometimes waiting like 10 turns. Oh my god. Just to gas up to like mountainous proportions and then crap all over everybody. That's cool. I can respect that. All right. So let's read this. This is an instant. The owner of target artifact or creature with mana value 1 or greater shuffles it into their library. Then that player discovers X, where X is its mana value. Oof. So, okay, the owner of target creature or target artifact or creature with mana value 1 or greater shuffles it into the library. So you lose something, but then you get to discover, which could make things worse. So it's a little chaotic. I kind of dig it. All right, Spyglass Siren, 1/1 Siren Pirate with flying. When it enters the battlefield, create a map token. It's an artifact with 1 in tap. Sacrifice this artifact. Target creature you control explores. Activate only as a sorcery. River Herald Scout. We're not getting anything dinosaur here. When it it's a 1/2 Merfolk. There's Merfolk. Yep. Pirates and Merfolk. Blue. Okay. When it enters the battlefield, it explores, which means it reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Then put the card back or put it into your graveyard. Never played that before, that mechanic. Waterwind Scout. 2/2 Merfolk with flying. That's interesting contradiction. A Merfolk with flying. When Waterwind Scout enters the battlefield, create a map token. That's the the Explorer thing again. And another Merfolk. 1/1 Scout with pay 2 colorless and a forest. Seeker of Sunlight explores. There's a lot of exploration going on here. Cool. Not as many dinos as I was hoping. But got 3 more packs in the Ixalan. It just won't have the Jurassic Park art, which is sad. I have a is it Ravaging Tyrannosaur in my deck. That's the art from Jurassic Park. It's very cool. I don't know. No clue where that deck is. Otherwise, I would pull it out and show you. Maybe after we get through the packs, we'll take a look at that. Because it's really cool. It's kind of one of my favorite cards. And it comes in and eats all the other dinosaurs and uses their power and toughness to beat the hell out of my opponents. I like it. Chaotic. All right. Map token. Just talking about those. Captivating Cave. Land. Subterranean Schooner. A schooner is a sailboat. 3/4 Vehicle. Whenever Subterranean Schooner attacks target creature that crewed it, this turn explores. Man, I almost read that wrong. The Ruin Lurker Bat, a 1/1 bat with flying and lifelink. Lifelink is fun. So lifelink is where if I do damage to anything with this creature, I get that much life back. So this little dude bonks you for 1 and I get 1 back. So that's neat. Geological Appraiser. 3/2 Human Artificer. When Geological Appraiser enters the battlefield, if you cast it, discover 3, which is that whole thing where you start to exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less. And you can cast it without paying for it, which is neato. There's another Akawali, Seething Tower. It's that fungus that gives pluses to itself based on the number of permanents in your graveyard. Oh, hell yeah, we got one coming. Tithing Blade. When Tithing Blade enters the battlefield, each opponent sacks a creature. And then this is another craft. So craft with creature, 4 and a skull. So you exile this and a creature, and you get an artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life right into Cardboard deck. Just straight into it. Oh, man. Delta. I am going to end up with 2 Cardboard decks. I think one of them is going to be like... I would like to make a deck that basically... Straight to jail. I was wondering if you were going to... Yeah, straight to jail. I might have to have one deck, one Cardboard that is like goad to the max, right? Just dumb goad. And then another one, there's a lot of really great black that withers your opponents. And Cardboard comes with some of that built in, but yeah, there are other... Cardboard's goad is special though. Because, like, I can bring him into the battlefield, and then I can, like, kill him immediately, and everybody's still goaded. It's like sticky goad. It's gross. I should never say that. Yeah. But I want a deck that just, like, it's the deck of attrition that, it just like kind of makes people wither under its weight. Anyway, moving right along. Plans for the future. Seismic Monstrosaur. 6/5 with trample. And you can pay 2 and a mountain. Sacrifice a land and draw a card. Okay. Mountain cycling 2. Discard this card, search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. So you can sack this for a mountain. Alright. Okay, more dinos. Pathfinding Axejaw, 4/3 dinosaur. When Pathfinding Axejaw enters the battlefield, it explores, which is the reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Then put the card back, or put it into your graveyard. So you can kind of scry-y sort of mechanic. A merfolk. 2/2 Waterwind Scout with flying. When Waterwind Scout enters the battlefield, create a map token. It's an artifact with pay 1 and tap, sacrifice this artifact, target creature you control explores, activate only as a sorcery. Okay, we're about to have a blip on the video here. This is one interesting. Whatever. Might have also been Spotify being weird. Anywho, Daring Discovery. It's a sorcery. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Did I already... I liked that one for Cardor as well. Because that's just... the looks I will get. Song of Stupefaction. It's an enchantment. Enchant creature or vehicle. When Song of Stupefaction enters the battlefield, you may mill 2 cards. Enchanted permanent gets plus or minus X minus 0, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. If you mill 2 cards, you can just mill 2 cards. Okay, you don't get to do anything else. It's just a mill. Rampaging Spiketail. We're dino rich here. This is good. It's a 5/6 dinosaur. When Rampaging Spiketail enters the battlefield, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn, and you can swamp cycle. So you can turn this into a swamp for a cost. Human Soldier. If you're Ferengi, it's Humon. 2/4 Human Soldier, untap 1,000 Moons Infantry during each other player's untap step. Okay. Deep Goblin Skull Taker. It's a 2/2 Goblin Warrior with Menace, which means it has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Deep Goblin Skull Taker. You descended if a permanent card was put into your graveyard from anywhere. And then Ironpaw Aspirant, which is a cat warrior. 1/2. When it enters the battlefield, put +1/+1 counter on target creature. Cool. There's this one card I love, which I can't remember the name, which makes it so that all creatures must block it. It's great because you can send that in to die, and then send everything else in to just destroy the player. Yeah. So, makes it so that all creatures must block. What is that? It sounds familiar, but I'm at a loss. Let's see. Cool. Work. Who works? Me. I do. Alright. Let's see. Quite the pile. There it is, flashes. Yeah, no, I get it. Okay, we got a... Alluring Scent. That's the name of the card? Otherwise, if you're complimenting me on my deodorant, then I appreciate you. I'm dumb. All right. Hidden Nursery. It's an alluring scent you're wearing there. Both. Appreciate you. All right. Hidden Nursery. Land. It's a cave. It adds broccoli. If you pay 4 plus some vegetables and tap this and sacrifice it, you can discover 4. Hey, I smell like sandalwood, so stunning. Poetic Ingenuity. Whenever one or more dinosaurs you control attack, create that many treasure tokens. That's cool. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, you know, here's the thing. Is it doesn't necessarily have to be like a situation where you hit on me. I appreciate it, especially at conventions, when people smell nice. I mean, really. Let's talk about it, because yeah, like the swag bag at most any convention really should be a bar of soap and a stick of deodorant. Freshen up every day is all I'm saying, and by that I mean shower. I'm just, you know, it doesn't have to be a thing. Me that night at Starbucks. It doesn't have to be an attraction thing. I appreciate a fresh smelling individual, regardless of, you know, of gender or whatever. So I always say that someone should brand deodorant and hand it out. Yeah, no, that would be amazing. Just one of the little guys, you know, the little dudes. Little stick of deodorant, little soap bars that have, you know, nice smelling, and please, for the love of God, bathe. Red Wolf Audio deodorant. That's the marketing strategy there. Just like hand it out. People would remember. You know, that's the thing with marketing, is you want something that people will remember, and yeah, absolutely, people would remember that. He's the asshole who gave out deodorant. Volatile Fault. Add a colorless. Pay 1, tap and sack. Destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a basic land card. Just blow land off of their board, and they get to replace it. Dreadmaw's Ire. Okay, so we got an instant here. This is dinosaur adjacent. Until end of turn, target attacking creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy target artifact that player controls. Ooh. Sunbird Standard. Okay, it's an artifact that adds mana. Add 1 mana of any color. Craft. This is another crafting guy. And becomes Sunbird Effigy. Flying, Vigilance, Haste. Power and Toughness are each equal to the number of colors among the exiled cards used to craft it. So, and then tap for each color among the exiled cards used to craft Sunbird Effigy. Add 1 mana of that color. Hey, you missed a lively discussion about BO, basically. Malmet Veteran. I think we already saw this guy. 5/4 Cat Warrior with Trample. No, seriously. That's... Well, because I don't even remember. Oh, it was Tooth. Tooth was talking about a card he liked, which is called Alluring Scent. Oh no, I'm fresh. Like, I'm freshly scrubbed. We're good. Solid here. But yeah, we're talking about Alluring Scent, which is a card that he likes, and then we started talking about swag bags at conferences and how they should include deodorant and bars of soap. Would you like to weigh in? Walk with the ancestors. It's a sorcery. And actually, I'm pretty sure I saw they gave some mini. I feel somebody mentioned that at when we were at GCX. They didn't do it at GCX, but what conference was it? Something. Maybe it was TwitchCon? A previous TwitchCon? I don't know, but I've never been to TwitchCon. So, but yeah, I think I don't remember which con it was or when, but I saw someone's post about it and was like, this is so smart. Yeah, it kind of is, because that is a problem. I feel like it's gotten better, but it's a problem. And yeah, I feel like no one could really be upset by it. You either laugh knowing how bad it is, or be happy and use it, or both. Yeah, I mean, totally. Like, you're giving it to everybody. That's the key. Like, you're giving it to everybody, right? And so you're not singling anybody out. Everybody's got the same problem, right? The problem they're trying to solve, which is, BO. And so you're not being discriminatory or anything like that. And hey, maybe some people just forgot that stuff. I forget things on trips, absolutely. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, exactly. That's just, it's mean and inappropriate and should never be done. But actually, that, like, sponsored by Axe. Why do you smell loud and confusing? Axe body spray. Yeah. River Herald Guide. 3-1 Merfolk Scout with Vigilance. When River Herald Guide enters the battlefield, it explores. Yeah, Axe. Smells like we walked into a high school locker room. Axe. Yeah, the Jakar. For me, when I was in high school, I had this buddy who smelled like he bathed in cool water every day. Like, there's just so much of it. It was absurd. Like, so, and I liked that smell. I like cool water. It's not a bad smell, but it was so much. There was so much. It was bad. Smells like Teen Spirit. Tiny can of high school teen smell. Or Oscar Puzzledor again. Everybody had that friend in high school or college. It's like when I was in high school, the body sprays were super popular, like the Victoria's Secret body sprays, and so girls were just walking around smelling like vanilla. Like, it just was absurd. Volatile Wanderglyph, this is new. It's a 2/2 golem creature. Oh, what? Oh, this is on my list. I guess this is under my profile. It's on my name. Yeah, sometimes you can overdo it with certain scents, and if you didn't have that friend, he was probably you. Smell like I mean, high school, but well, that was spicy. Yeah, Sven, that's a problem for Jess too. Is she has scent triggered migraines, and so yeah, got to stay away from the stinky stuff. Yeah, Victoria's Secret perfume, love spell instead of vanilla. Yeah, yeah. And I'll admit too that I did the axe thing in high school and a little bit of college, but then like actually in college it fell off because I just honestly couldn't afford to waste money on that kind of crap. So me, Hall's asking me. I'm 44. No, I don't care. Mephitic Drought. When it ETBs put it in the graveyard from the battlefield, you can draw a card. You draw a card and lose a life. Yeah, no, I think we have to. I'm an old fart. It's cool. I don't care. I do fun stuff, and age is largely a number, especially at this age. Like things are pretty static, like 30s and 40s. Yeah, spouses and girlfriends definitely help moderate the smells. Yeah, Jess will tell me in a heartbeat if like something's too strong. So, and I actually picked up the sandalwood thing from India. It's a very popular scent. What is going on with the music? Yeah, we can't do that. It went on to other things. Well, boyfriends are dumb. No. Yeah, Jess never like wore overpowering smells type stuff, but we met in college too, so that's kind of past that phase of whatever. Vito's Inquisitor once again. Boyfriends are dumb. Boys are gross. Smell like feet. Truly, truly indeed. Halls, truly indeed. Girls rule, boys drool. The ups and downs of cooties. Have a bat. 1/1 flying, it'll give you rabies. Hidden volcano makes a mountain, and then you can pay 4 in a mountain and sacrifice it to discover 4. Another land. Restless Ridgeline adds a mountain or a forest. You can pay 2 colorless, a mountain and a forest, and it'll become a 3/4 red and green dinosaur creature until the end of turn, and it's still a land. And whenever it attacks, another target attacking creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn and untap. As one can confirm, I'm gross and dumb sometimes, as per this chat. Maybe more than sometimes. Man, dude, it's okay. I think recognition is the first step toward healing. So, we know who we are, and that we're gross and smell like feet. Sentinel of the Nameless City, 3/4. Merfolk, Warrior Scout. We're also very rude. We burp at odd times. It's got vigilance, and whenever Sentinel of the Nameless City enters the battlefield or attacks, create a map token, which is a thingy that allows you to explore. Staunch Crewmate. It's a pirate. 2/1. When Staunch Crewmate ETBs, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact or pirate card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Oh, I'm sorry. On to another controversial topic that I will not press on, because if we're gagging over this, that's not cool. Well, instead we'll talk about the Market Gnome, which is a 0/3 gnome. When Market Gnome dies, you gain 1 life and draw a card. When the Market Gnome is exiled from the battlefield while you're activating a craft ability, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Gaining life, drawing cards. Guardian of the Great Door, 4/4 angel. So what bullshit are we putting in Guard Door now? Nothing. Oh, well. So far, we've got this Tithing Blade. When Tithing Blade enters the battlefield, each opponent sacks a creature. Loving it. Then we craft them. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Pocket Sand. I would put Pocket Sand into Card Door if I could. Daring Discovery. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. And Death Kiss. Whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks one of your opponents, double its power until the end of turn. And then we can Monstrosity it, and when Death Kiss becomes monstrous, you can goad up to X target creatures your opponents control. So it's got bonus goad. Like for my feet don't have noses, so they. Did I tell you I bought? I'm gonna move on from that, Sven. I'm sorry. Did I tell you I bought the Mesa Boogie plugin from NeuralDSP during the Black Friday sale? We talked about that a little bit, maybe. I think we talked about the sale. I'm not sure you mentioned that you bought the plugin. How is it? I'm going to keep going on cards. Please fill me in. Dowsing Device. Whenever a dowsing device or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, up to 1 target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Then transform dowsing device if you control 4 or more artifacts. So we transform it. And it becomes Geode Grotto. A cave. Cool. Adds a mountain. Another nurturing bristleback. That's cool. Mama makes baby. They beat your ass. It's the Mark I see plus Sweet. I haven't really had a chance to play around too much yet. From the little bit I tried, it sounds really good. I like Mesa Boogie stuff a lot. So I missed the Black Friday sale, but maybe there's gonna. They always have sales. Like it feels like they just come up with excuses to have sales. So I will that and what is it? The base one we talked about. Right. Yeah, they'll do an end of year. Like they'll just come up with a reason. President's Day, Valentine's Day, you know, the Ides of March, what, you know, they'll just come up with a reason. The glass, what is the base one? Tooth. We talked about this, and I have one of their base plugins, and it's all right. Yeah, Dark Glass. I want that. Oh, I just put in an order. Then I'm going to finish this pack because I actually have to end stream in about 10 minutes. But I bought a Fishman MIDI pickup that I'm going to put on one of my PRSs that is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to use it to the whole to start performing some of these pieces of music live, and some of them I want to play on the keyboard, but some of them I kind of want to try on guitar, but then whatever instrument I feel like it being. So like I'll play violin parts on the guitar. It'll be fun. Fill me in more on the Mesa Boogie thing after you have a chance to mess around with it some more. Ancestors Aid. Instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. Create a treasure token. Marauding Brine Fang, which is a dinosaur. Cool. 6/7 with Ward 3, which means whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 3. And it also does island cycling too. So you pay 2 and discard this, and then you can get an island out of your library. Cool, dude. That sounds good. Poison Dart Frog. So cute. 1/1 frog with reach. Add 1 mana. You can tap it for 1 mana, and you can pay 2. Poison Dart Frog gains Death Touch until the end of turn. That's a wacky card. I've always liked that. Deconstruction Hammer. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has pay 3 and tap. Sacrifice Deconstruction Hammer. Destroy target artifact or enchantment as equipment, so you gotta equip it. Ray of Ruin. Exile target creature, vehicle, or non-basic land. Scry 1. Oof. And then we got a Ultic Cloud Guard. Human soldier with flying is a 3/2. Ultic Cloud Guard enters the battlefield. Create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. Tokens. So that was the last pack from the Ixalan series. So I have a lot of sorting and craziness. What piece is this? That's Gonti versus Willowdusk. They messed up the name of these pieces of music on Spotify, so whatever, guys. SoundCloud, and I put in a ticket and they haven't responded. It makes me angry. So we got stacks here to do. Yeah, I mean, I take partial responsibility for sure because I have a feeling I didn't proof the release the way I should have. And so, well, yeah, we need to talk. We need to talk about that. So, yeah, we will talk soon. I said today, but it may not be today, but because we have some family things happening soon. TM. But actually, Delta, are you available during the day at all? Because I'm not working, so this week. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. I thought we'd had that conversation, but I couldn't remember exactly because that's very on brand for me. But yeah, so as long as no fires, I feel that. So how about, I think today and tonight is out. By the way, for those who are unaware, Delta is a fantastic artist who has been doing artistic renditions of the various commanders that I have been composing theme songs for. And his art, just an artist. What are you talking about? An amazing artist. And his work will be acting as cover art for the songs on the various streaming platforms and YouTube and such. So if you ever have any need for any art or design work or anything like that, he is your guy for sure. He's real good. So, actually, I don't have a keyboard. There you go. We'll close on this because I do need to get going, but this is kind of cool. Okay, so this is Bellow. And here's an as of yet unreleased, if I can find it. Okay, here we go. This is Bellow, the piece of music that goes along with this art. So that's it. I need to run. It is time. I need to go get my kid and all that good stuff, all the usual dad things. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out and spending some time with me, looking at cards and talking about body odor and other such nonsense. Halls, I'm glad you did. That'll be that's gonna be released on YouTube probably pretty soon. And so I'm planning on streaming tonight. I have a commission that I want to start writing. So if you're down, if you're around, please join. That'd be awesome. And yeah, so I'm gonna bounce so that my son doesn't kill me. Yeah, thanks for the stream. Absolutely, it was good to see you too, Halls. Yeah, everybody have a great late afternoon, and I'll see you tonight, probably around 8 o'clock U.S. Central. So cool. Everybody take care. I will see you then. Let's try that again.